Hi everyone, this is Jim Richter. Welcome to my Rock and Blues Mandolin channel. Today I am going to look at a song that was per request from a Patreon subscriber of my tune, the 138 Rag, which I recorded back in 2008. It was written in honor, actually it was recorded in 2013 when the album came out, but I wrote it back in 2008. And I wrote it the year that I got my Kimble A mandolin, which is number 138. I've owned a dozen Kimbles, mandolas, mandocello, or octave mandolins, 2-octave mandolins, a mandola, couple 2 points, a few A's, an F. I mean, I've owned one F-4, one F-5. Owned a lot, but the A5 is one that I really developed a personal connection with, and I've kept all this time. Unfortunately, I can't use it for this video as I lent it to someone who's in need of a mandolin, and I'm going to use this 1908 Gibson F-4, which I recently got. This tune is pretty straightforward. It has all the classic trappings of a rag kind of tune. I could see it definitely being the type of tune that had been recorded back in the 30s by like the Mississippi Sheiks, like a Papa Charlie McCoy, something like that. There's nothing particularly complex about it. It is available, the tab is available on my Patreon site. Please consider becoming a subscriber. It helps me continue doing this. I definitely appreciate all my subscribers. It makes me feel really good that there are people who are interested in what I'm doing. So let's talk about this blues tune. So it's in the key of F, and it goes something like this. So let's break down the tune. This is primarily an F major pentatonic, and then it looks at chord triads and the connectors between parts of the triad, like running a chromatic run from the root to the third or from the third to the fifth. It's also a swing tune, so phrases tend to start after a quarter or an eighth note rest at the beginning of the measure, or they begin an eighth note before a measure. So let's look at the opening is a chromatic that starts on F double stop, A, F, B flat, B, C, and then a variant of a C7. It's got an A and a D in it. So that's a walk up from F to C. Then the first phrase, which is, that actually starts on the and after the one. So it goes 1, 1. So it's got to be on the and after one. Now, ideally, you should play that with an upstroke because you're playing on the offbeat. I will admit that I tend to play it with a downstroke to get more force coming into it. But that can potentially confuse you in terms of timing. I mean, I'm coming more from a blues tradition. I'm more concerned about having that be boom, I just really want to come in hard on it, even though it is syncopated. But it runs down a major pentatonic, D, D to C, D, and then here's a little bend from an A flat to an A, and it hits the C note, and then G, F, D at the 7th fret of the G string. And then that repeats, and then it goes, which is C, C, D, E flat, E. That's that walk from the root to the third. And then it toggles back and forth with this high C, so you've got the C double stop, E on the bottom, C on the top, which has a parallel to this A on the bottom, F on the top. For the F double stop, here's the C double stop. Then it does another F major pentatonic riff that's similar to what we just played. C, D, A flat to G, F, G, D, and it resolves on an F. So earlier we walked up from F to C. Here we're walking down from C, B, B flat to that F. Then the A part repeats. And then it leads into the B part, which is, so C, B, B flat, A, D, or F, E, E flat. So it's going from an F to the flat at seventh, so it's really outlining the F7 chord. Then you've got a pickup note, this C sharp or D flat, which will go into this D, which is the third of the B flat chord. So now we're going into the B part, and it's a 4 to a 4 minor, which is a very common ragtime thing. So it's going. So you can either play it, you can do the pickup note picked, or you could slide into it. So there, it's outlining a B flat major pentatonic. So you got D, F, G, now it's the minor, which would be D flat, which is doing sort of a G run. It's doing the C sliding into a D flat, F, G, B flat. Then there's a walk down. There's another pickup note, an A flat at the end of the measure, an eighth note beat before the beginning of the next measure. So it's A, G, F, D, C, B, it's going down into the fifth, so it's going from A, G, F, D, C, B, B flat, A. So it's going to the A of the F chord. Then, so the chord progression there is a B flat major to a B flat minor to an F. Now it's going to go to the 2 chord, which is G. There's going to be a pickup note, F sharp. And then it's going to be a walk from the root to the third. And then there's going to be a pickup note of a B flat that will help you go from the third to the fifth. B, C, C sharp, or D flat, D. Then you've got the C double stop, E, C. Then it'll be a walk up of double stop. So 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7. And then that chord. And then the A part repeats. So let me do it for you slow, and then we'll end for today. Remember, I would really appreciate your support. Consider becoming a member of my Patreon site, which is patreon.com/Jim Richter. Thanks so much.